So why is it that people are so cynical? A feeling that given the lag in judicial proceedings, trial and conviction can take years. In the interim, do politicians emerge as heroes, fight elections and back to business as usual?
Celebrations at a Delhi court after former Telecom Minister A. Raja's bail in the 2G case. 6 months ago, similar scenes after another DMK MP Kanimozhi got bail. And earlier this year, Commonwealth Games scam accused Suresh Kalmadi walked out of jail straight into the Pune civic polls before the party stopped him. It's just bail, not freedom, but it's hard to tell. The DMK has made it clear that A. Raja, one of its most popular Dalit leaders, has a job to come back to.
What is his position in DMK? Will there be any sort of change now?
He continues to be the propaganda secretary of the party, and he will also continue to be the propaganda secretary.
DMK chief Karunanidhi's daughter Kanimozhi, who was denied bail in the same case 4 times before she was finally released, has resumed her party activities.
Ever since Kanimozhi entered politics, she had been the toast of the media. But after her release from Tihar, she had been maintaining a low profile. Now, in the last couple of months, her PR managers have been working overtime to ensure that she's back in the public eye. And so she was present, addressing her first public meeting on the outskirts of Chennai a month ago, visiting a jailed former DMK minister, and of course being present at that crucial meeting between her father and Congress leader A.K. Antony.
She is also a regular in Parliament. So is Suresh Kalmadi, who has also been attending public functions undeterred by allegations of corruption. Suresh Kalmadi, who cited dementia while asking for bail last year, even attended a meeting of Parliament's Defence Consultative Committee. He spoke on the delays in introducing the light combat aircraft in the Indian Air Force. The time taken for conviction could be enough for a long public career before punishment, if at all. It took almost 20 years for the law to catch up with 86-year-old former Telecom Minister Sukhram. It's taken 16 years for the court to get Sheila Kaul to face charges in a 1996 housing allotment scam. The former minister is 98, but the court said there is no immunity for the elderly. She might be quite old, but there is no way out. But after the long delay in bringing these cases to any conclusion, is justice meaningless? NDTV Bureau Report.
Well, and joining me on that, my special panel tonight, Renuka Chaudhary from the Congress, Pinaki Mishra of the BJD, an MP, but also a lawyer for Sanjay Chandra, who is also an accused in the 2G scam. I'm also joined by Kiran Bedi, a core member of Team Anna. Sohail Seth joining me live from New York, a commentator, and joining me from Chennai is Mr. N.V. Nyani Sankaran, senior journalist from Chennai. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Let me take the alternative view. I won't start with the politicians tonight, but start with you, Kiran Bedi, because you have been speaking out very actively against this process of bail being given, despite the fact that the Supreme Court recently had outlined why they feel bail is a fundamental principle of our judicial system.
I have, Sonia, no objection against bail. If that's within the law, you can't have any other choice. That's for the courts to decide. My problem is with delayed trials. There are hundreds of cases, thousands of cases which are pending over 10 years in the CBI special courts. My problem is the absence of day-to-day trials. What can finish in 6 months in America, it takes 16 years here. If you look at the cases, what is finished in 6 months in United States courts takes 6 years, 16 years. There are cases of CBI special courts pending for over 20 years. No accountability at all, neither of the government nor of the courts. I think we need who is responsible? There is no day-to-day trial unless the bar councils and the government and the courts sit down together and introduce day-to-day bar adjournments unless for compelling reasons. You will have no justice coming in. Raja's case now is going to safely take 20 years to finalize. If Mr. Mishra's case is taking 38 years, 38 years of cases pending of Ellen Mishra's murder case, it's still not seen the closure. This is what's happening in judiciary today or in our courts. Special courts, which CBI needed, have come up only now, recently. Over 72 cases been sanctioned now. What has taken the government so long?
And even in the special courts, and even in the special
courts, my problem
courts,
is with the absence.
Even in the special courts, there are cases pending, as I think as you pointed out, that 9,926 cases pending in CBI courts as well. Pinaki Mishra come in on that point as a lawyer for an accused. isn't this something that every accused actually capitalizes on? Once you get bail, for at least for the next 10, 15 years, you can sit back because the case takes so long.
You know what Kiran Bedi says is unexceptionable. There's no question that these delays are hurting the entire system. But I think really, the provocation for this is the over-the-top celebrations and the laughing faces on television, which is almost mocking the system. I think that's what is getting people's goats up, as it were. People are getting very offended with this sort of thing. Is it business as usual? Yes, of course, there is a need to, repair this system hugely. There's no question about it. We need many, many more judges. We need a massive infrastructure upgradation in the judicial system. We simply don't have the money and the wherewithal for it. That's a lamentable fact of life. So therefore, what Kiran Bedi says is, unexceptionable, as I said. But delays are endemic in this country.
So you can't punish the accused and hold away I think the Supreme Court with that point as well. You can't actually say that let's put them in because we know that it's going to take so long to get out.
There can be no punitive detention in these matters. You can't punish them during a trial process. So in that sense, I think the Supreme Court is quite clear. And the trial court today has granted bail on that basis. The charge sheet is filed. Investigation is obviously over. There is obviously, no attempt so far been pointed out by the CBI or at any tampering of evidence. I don't think really in this day and age, Sonia, when a trial runs into 80,000 pages, that you can sit behind bars and do what you can do outside bars. So therefore, bail really is the norm.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news in your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.